friend's house, Andy's, and it's now 7:41. I got fed. I had a drive in his two-door Plymouth, which just sounds amazing. It was like so cool, but it's got no plates, no seat belts, and I'm sure that I saw the floor out underneath his seat. So it was like, oh my god, keep your feet and hands on the ground and the seats. His girlfriend was there, Catherine, and it was really nice to meet her because I've heard a lot about her over God knows how many years. It was his absolutely love from 20 years ago, and no other woman that he has been with really has matched up to how she made him feel. So they both hooked up again, and it's funny seeing him with somebody like that, really. I'm quite amazed. Right, what's this one? I have been told where I'm kind of going, but Milton, 12k. Yep, that's the one. Okay, let's carry on. Cool. I hope you can see me. I hope it's not too dark. Oh, sorry. It's a gorgeous night. It's been a gorgeous night sitting on his deck that he's built. And the progress he made, I think he actually paid something like 50-odd thousand for the house. And it was complete, utter, people just thought it should be bulldozed, but he's always had, I don't know how to explain it, but he can see beyond what everybody else can kind of see, and he does it quickly. You know, if he sees something, he wants to change it. So the whole house has been changed. Got a massive back garden, so I'll ask him, is it okay when I go down in a couple of weeks if I can just video it, because I think it's just so awesome. The only issue that I had was the fact that the sandflies were just so bad for me. They were starting to bite me terribly. So I ended up sitting with a blanket round me, and I got bitten a few times, but not too badly. Not as bad as his girlfriend did anyway, but she's a tiny wee thing with not an ounce of fat on her. She's very, very petite. She's got hair down to her, past her bum. So I was telling them that my son was thinking about his nan a couple of nights ago, and my son's quite good looking. Is the one thing I did do is I gave my kids good looks, and of course he decides to be a fighter. But anyway, he came out of the bathroom and was asking me a question, and as I turned around and looked at him, I was like, oh my goodness, what have you done? Oh, yeah, okay. And what he'd done was he'd shaved his hair off, like absolutely everything. And his hair has always been, I guess, like with women, they reckon women hide behind their hair. Well, I think it's something that he actually did, was hid behind his hair because he liked his hair. But he was thinking of his nan who died of cancer, and in memory of her, he shaved it all off. I think it's good for fighting. I think it'll bring him out of his shell, hopefully. But I'm tired. I'm like really tired. I'm not used to, like, I did take some of my tablets while I was there, because I recognised that my lungs were getting you can hear it in my voice when I get a bit growly. My lungs don't grab air as good as they can, and I'm glad that he hasn't changed our friendship because of my illness. We've always been extremely close. I'm not a threat to anybody. None of his girlfriends I've never been a threat to, even though they haven't thought that. But I kind of guess because I'm still a tomboy, you know, I have lots in common with him. He sprays cars, he's a mechanic. So I said to him I don't really want to come down because I feel ashamed of the way Marmalade looks, and one of the things was we were going to do, as I said, is get the back done. Well, because this car is a performance car and it's a RSK before Legacy, it's a 2000, so she's quite old. But he'd found two cars the same, but it wasn't. It wasn't clear. It had a taint in it, and none of them fitted. So out of every single thing that I had ordered, we were not able to get anything at all. But that's okay, that's just life. I had told him that it was the wrong size and he didn't listen to me. But yeah, it was definitely the wrong size. So one thing he did was I had the silver piece of the grill on the front of the car. It had been, someone had sprayed it silver, and from afar it didn't look bad, but I knew that it was really terrible. So I asked for his opinion, and of course he goes in, gets his tools and takes the blinking thing off and says, come back in a couple of weeks, I'll have it sprayed for you properly. And I wish I'd taken a photo of it beforehand because it looked quite bad. But he'll do it properly. So it means I haven't got a grill on the front of the car, which means that a bird can actually fly in and get killed from it, which I'm not very happy about. I'm going to see how long, even though it's in the middle of nowhere, I'm going to see how long it takes me to get from my house back to his and vice versa. Back going through Milton again, and it hasn't been very long. It's only been about 15 minutes and I'm already there. So I'm pretty pleased that he doesn't live kind of, you know, miles and miles away from me. He was asking me, do I still have the dream? Okay, so Dunedin is 58k away. So Mosgiel is less than that. It's about 14k to 19k away, nearer to me. He was asking me, do I still have the dream about having a mobile home or a coach or some kind of bus? And I hadn't thought about it for a long time, but it was always my dream to be able to have one. And I think it was more the travelling that I enjoy and just getting out and about. But because people don't see me, the bad side of me, they expect that I can go places and stay out for the night time, and it's not like that. Even though I took my suitcase with me today with lots of different things in, and I could have stayed the night, I just got to the stage where I thought I really need to be in my bed, I really need to be at home, and I know it's going to take me a while to get there. So I decided to come home during the light hours rather than going home in the middle of the night. Plus, I have a little surprise. And that little surprise is that I actually have bought a puppy. It's not a puppy I ever in my life thought that I would imagine that I would ever have. But now the other two dogs are fostered out and they're settled. I wanted something with short hair and really quite small. So I was looking at toy dog Yorkies and all that sort of stuff, but they go for anywhere between $1,200 onwards, and it's I was nearly ripped off by one of the people who with the French Bulldogs, but I was wise enough to do a lot of research on it and found that it was a scam, which was from other countries, and they do scams on so-called designer dogs. So I actually went on to Trade Me, and just as I refreshed the page, there were two sisters that were listed today, as in on the day I looked at it, and they were Chihuahuas. But this wasn't kind of a Chihuahua with no hair and that horrible wee bulky eyes. I know they grow into the eyes, but I don't like the look, because I've seen them when they grow up, and sometimes the eyes don't kind of place in the middle, and I just I don't mind ugly dogs, but I don't like the eye thing. So I thought I'll ring him up anyway, and I rang him up and I said, look, I can't afford what you're saying. This is how much I've got for, my life savings. I'll never be able to afford another dog. This is my situation. Can you talk to me for a minute? And he's like, yeah, we're not just going to let the dogs go to anybody. We want somebody who is not working, or as at least works at home, so the dog isn't left on their own constantly. And I said, well, kind of sounds ideal for me, but I'm not really a Chihuahua person. It's just that I like the look of the sisters. So he said, oh, it depends, where do you live? And I said, oh, I live in Mosgill in Dunedin. And he goes, oh, I live in Halfway Bush. And from my house to his house, it was like 7-8 minutes away. And he's like, oh yeah, that sounds good, because we'd like to know how the puppy does in later life, even if it's just a couple of months time, to see how it grows up. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I don't mind. So I goes up to the house, try and opened one gate, and it was stuck, obviously stuck, so the dogs didn't get out of it, and I could hear this wee yap, 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 and I thought, oh God, Chihuahuas are known for being quite yappy. So I thought, it's okay, don't think it, just go in and have a look. You don't have to get it if you don't want it. So I walked around the side, and it was kind of uphill, and by the time I got to the top step, I was puffing, and he answered me at the door, and I realised that I used to do their medication when I worked in the chemist when I lived up there. They had 13 or 15 dogs there, and it was like 3 or 4 sets of parents, and then all the puppies. And there was one dog there which was absolutely gorgeous. It was white, it was a boy, but it was kind of shaking really, really badly. All the rest of the animals came and said hello to me and calmed down after a while, and I was fine with them. They're little teeny weeny things. And then one of the sisters had come over, and I said I need one which is more lively than the other if it's going to be a Chihuahua. I need some form of making me get up and, you know, not just do what I say. Confrontation. I think I need a bit of confrontation from animals sometimes. And this little girl came and sat on me, and I rolled her over, and I asked them very politely, would it be okay for me to actually buy one of their puppies? And they were like, yes. So I have a lead booklet from when she was born all the way through till now. She's now just turning about 11 weeks old. I've had her for 4 days now, and the first night I came home, she sat on Akia's chest on the bed and went to sleep, and he fell asleep as well, so that she just stayed there the whole time that he was asleep. 2 magpies, 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy. That'll do nicely. So I could hear him in the nighttime going, oh, I love you, beautiful. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is a guy who's saying to me, if you get one of those stupid Chihuahuas, I'm not going to come and visit anymore. But every time he comes in the house, she's there running to him. She's very stubborn. She doesn't like the fact that I'm training her, and she lets me know that she doesn't like me training her. She's very intelligent. We put meat in her little nuts, you know, her biscuits, and she sat there and got the meat and then would shake her head to flick the biscuits off to get the raw meat, and the biscuits were just kind of all over the place. Still, the potty training is a bit of an issue. She's doing it straight outside my bedroom, even though I'll take her out for an hour outside and run around the back garden with her, because she doesn't need much exercise. I've only seen 2 neighbours, one which asked how I was doing, and I told her kind of what was going on. I'm sorry about this. I've got a feeling you're kind of falling down and can't see me at all. And we spoke at length, and that was really nice. She was kind of like, oh my god, that's so wonderful of you to think of the dogs first, and now you've got your own little friend who's, you know, not going to be too much hassle for you. And I was like, yeah, and I think that she'll go away with me as well. So I said to her, Kia, can you put her in the car when you go to the shops and just get her used to the car? Well, by the time he came back, the bloody dog was so friggin' shaking. He's like, that dog just doesn't like kind of coming in the car, don't ever take it in the car again. But I put her in the car and she seems to be fine, so it must be his driving. So I will grab hold of her when I get home, and maybe, or in the daylight, and show you her. I think it'll be good as well if I can take her in the car places. Move out the way. Come on. It's a bloody hawk in the middle of the road. Oh, the sky is just... No, of course you can't see. The sky is just beautiful at the minute. It's just red, and I can't turn it around because I'm not that clever yet. Yeah, so a lovely day all in all, considering all week I've been having really bad nightmares. And I actually, when I woke up a couple of days ago, I actually said to Akia, something disastrous is going to happen. I don't know whether it's in the world or whether it's with us, but I feel like something bad is going to happen, and I just can't get rid of the feeling. I did go to the doctors over the Xanax because now it's not subsidised, and they wanted me to go on clonazepam 0.5 and see how it works. But the chemist decided to ring up my doctor because it had a month's supply on it, and then the doctor changed his mind and said no, we'll give her every 10 days. But I said that's fine, but if I can't be prescribed two things at once in the same family, and I'm on 0.5 and I'm meant to take as many as I need to get up to that, you know, whatever, I could actually take 10 days worth in one sitting, and then I have to go and get another repeat prescription, and I've already this week spent like $90 on 2 repeat prescriptions and going to see the doctor and doing the chemist. So I'm really pissed that he's changed his mind. Like, I went back twice to see him to make sure that he'd got the right one before I went to the blooming chemist, and he didn't say a friggin' word about it. So I'm getting really to the limit with him at the moment. Just, I sit there and he nods his head and says, yes, 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 we'll do this. So Amy, who's at the chemist, she actually came round to my house, and I said, why are you, every time I come in, you ring the doctor to check it? It's not your duty to check it, and he's already done it. And she goes, yeah, but, you know, because it's in the same family, we have to check. And I'm like, look, I get that, and I'm not shitty at you, but I am shitty the fact that he says one thing to me, and it looks like I'm lying to you lot. And I said, but if I don't have the Xanax while I'm on the clonazepam, and I take the clonazepam 10 days in 2 days, then I'm stuck again. And I either have to pay for the Xanax, which is too much money. And she said, look, what I'll do is on the last repeat of your Xanax, which is in about 8 days' time, she said, I will do 5 days of one and 5 days of the other. And she said, in that way we can see how it goes. But it's still a mess. It would be just bloody easier to do what I asked them to do in the first place. So I will have to go back to him. Hello. How are you? Did you miss me? You did. You want me to rub your belly? Just there or there? Oh, we can make that leg go. Look at that leg. Look at that leg. Say hello, everybody. My name is Arya. Like the Game of Thrones. Huh? Like the Game of Thrones with the little girl who's just so strong. So, it didn't take me long to get home. It was about 50 minutes, and actually it wasn't that, it was about 45, 50 minutes. But I was stuck behind a few trucks. And I'm home, I'm tired, but I thought before I upload this, I thought you'd like to see her. So this is her. Who's a beautiful girl? Huh? Hey, you're gonna close your eyes and go to sleep? Yeah, you want me to? Oh, that way, okay, alright. So she looks like she's got these huge foxy ears, which I kind of like. And her face is in proportion. Her ears aren't, but her face is in proportion with her body. Like, her eyes don't bulge out or anything. And she's got the most softest fur. Look, I mean, look, that's really beautiful fur, considering it's Chihuahua. Now, I think it will change. I think eventually it will go coarse, but my son was saying that you can actually look after it and keep it quite soft. There you go. Mummy, come back? Well, I'll go out to the car. Should we go out to the car? It looks like they've knackered her out the whole day. Neil took her to see the kids this year. Hello? Hi. Look at the state of my carpet, kiddo. Yeah. And, oh, I've had floods in the bathroom. Not the bathroom. And I blame my washing machine for ages, but I've looked at my washing machine. I bought a new washing machine. Not that. I scrubbed the dishwasher out. I've put drain fluid in, and it's still just really, really wet. And it's getting wet under there as well. So I think it's something to do with the base under here. But I think that one's for the plumbers, because I've tried everything and it just keeps leaking, and it's such a pain in my ass to just keep looking after it. And all I want is a bloody coffee. Oh, somebody's made a Thai green curry. Oh, that looks so good, doesn't it? And all I want is a coffee. Please give me a coffee. Oh. So, I'll talk to you all tomorrow, okay guys? Please have a nice sleep. I hope nothing bad in the world goes on tonight. I hope everybody keeps safe. I see no one came and helped me make the bed. Hello. How are you? Did you miss me? You did. You want me to rub your belly? Just there or there? Oh, we can make that leg go. Look at that leg. Look at that leg. Say hello, everybody. My name is Arya. Like the Game of Thrones. Huh? Like the Game of Thrones with the little girl who's just so strong. So, it didn't take me long to get home. It was about 50 minutes, and actually it wasn't that, it was about 45, 50 minutes. But I was stuck behind a few trucks. And I'm home, I'm tired, but I thought before I upload this, I thought you'd like to see her. So this is her. She's a beautiful girl. Huh? Hey, you're gonna close your eyes and go to sleep? Yeah, you want me to? Oh, that way, okay, alright. So she looks like she's got these huge foxy ears, which I kind of like. And her face is in proportion. Her ears aren't, but her face is in proportion with her body. Like her eyes don't bulge out or anything. And she's got the most softest fur. Look, I mean, look, that's really beautiful fur considering it's Chihuahua. Now, I think it will change. I think eventually it will go coarse, but my son was saying that you can actually look after it and keep it quite soft. There you go. Mummy, come back? Well, I'll go out to the car. Should we go out to the car? It looks like they've knackered her out the whole day. Neil took her to see the kids this year. Hello? Hi. Oh, the state of my carpet, kiddo. Yeah. And, oh, I've had floods in the bathroom. Not the bathroom. And I blame my washing machine for ages, but I've looked at my washing machine. I bought a new washing machine. Not that. I scrubbed the dishwasher out. I've put drain fluid in, and it's still just really, really wet. And it's getting wet under there as well. So I think it's something to do with the base under here. But I think that one's for the plumbers, because I've tried everything and it just keeps leaking, and it's such a pain in my ass to just keep looking after it. And all I want is a bloody coffee. Oh, somebody's made a Thai green curry. Oh, that looks so good, doesn't it? And all I want is a coffee. Please give me a coffee. school tomorrow, okay guys? Please have a nice sleep. I hope nothing bad in the world goes on tonight. I hope everybody keeps safe. I see no one came and helped me make the bed